Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Conversations with the one and only J-Man. Your morning will never be the same. Here we go.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope everyone had a great night's rest. Good morning to those on Coffee and Conversation with J Matt on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we're on. Even Alexa, that's right, Alexa, she can make it do what it do. Good morning. Let's see who's on in the chat room. Good morning Nurse Robinson, good morning. Yogi, good morning. Tony, good morning to each and every one of you. You all, and good morning to my family, my friends, my Ace Boon Coons out there at Emory Winship Cancer Center. Calling my warriors out there doing what they need to do. And to all of my doctors and my nurses, I call them the ring men. You know, your corner man, the one that helps your fighters out, giving them the tools they need to do to beat this thing, to beat this thing called cancer. We already know that. We already know that this thing is already beaten. So, y'all, let's make it do what it do. I have a conversation that I want to have with you all today. Woke up this morning. And I was reminded of something. Usually first thing in the morning, I realize it is very clear. It is very clear to me first thing in the morning that I'm no longer what my grandmother used to call a spring chicken. It takes a minute for my joints and stuff to get together. It takes a little while, and I have to grab some coffee, or I have to move around a little bit so that I can get myself together. Getting out of the car, I have a small car. It kind of sits low to the ground. I become painfully aware that I'm no longer a spring chicken. I say all of that to say this, though. It's all good. It's all right. When I woke this morning, for whatever reason, my mind went to daylight savings time. I started thinking about that, and I thought about how in the middle of the night doing something very minor, by simply moving the clock back or moving the clock forward, changes the outlook of your day, of what the day is going to visually look like as far as daylight outside. Watch this. If I move like we just recently did, when we move the clocks back, we have longer days. The evenings, there's more sunlight in the evening. But when we move them forward, we move them forward. So when we move it back or forward, that's right. When we move it forward, we get more daylight during the day simply by doing a small thing. I started thinking about me not being a spring chicken, me not, sometimes I moan when I get up. But then I compared it to daylight saving time. I know y'all confused, like, what is this dude talking about? Think about it. If you do small things, it will make your day a lot better. Think about it. And I literally had this conversation with me. If I learn to start doing small things, going for a walk, drinking more water, watching what I eat, those are small things that we can do to make our bodies feel better. Taking 10 minutes before your day, taking 15, 20 minutes before your day really gets started. You got 24 hours in a day. Take 10 to 15 minutes of that 24 hours and give to yourself. Sit, meditate, concentrate before your day even gets started. Before you give anybody any of your time, give that very first moment to yourself. Give that first moment to yourself and spend it how you want to spend it. Some want to spend that time in prayer. Some want to spend that time in motivation. Some may want to do different things, have a cup of coffee, look at the news, but it belongs to you. These are small things that we can learn to do to make us feel a little better. We can be a little bit healthier. Do 10 push-ups. Exercise just a little. 10 push-ups, 10 sit-ups. Hey, you can even go smaller than that. 5 push-ups, 5 sit-ups a day. Something very small. Something very small that we can be doing. Just like daylight saving time. They move back an hour, and next thing you know, your whole day looks different. They move it forward, your whole day looks totally different. My advice this morning is very simple to all of us. It's not a long conversation. It's not a deep conversation. A lot of times we take life so serious that when it's time to make change, we make those changes seem to appear to be so serious, so in depth, and so involved. In reality, all you have to do is make minor changes. Minor changes will turn into major changes. Think about it. Look, just daylight saving. The conversation is not going to go too deep today. Just think about daylight saving time. One little minor thing changed hours, made hours look different. You got a choice. We have a choice in our lives. Yeah, and if I get up and I exercise a little bit more, maybe I won't moan as much when it's time to get up. Being in a room with me, hearing me get out of a chair is something painful. My 4-year-old, he mimics me now when I'm walking up the stairs or and he grunts just as loud as me. If my presentation to him is that, why is it that I should show him something different? He should be mimicking me getting up first thing in the morning, doing some sit-ups, doing some push-ups. He should be mimicking me sitting, meditating. He should be mimicking me praying. I say this. Let's give them something to talk about. What am I saying? People know us in our what we would call our daylight saving experience. That's what we're going to call it. We're going to call this our daylight saving experience. People know us from before we make this small adjustment. And when we make this small adjustment, people are going to notice the difference in you. People will notice the difference in you. People will notice that you have a little bit more energy. People will notice how little bit more limber you have become, how easier it is, all because we're going to make simple changes. To my warriors out at Emory Winship Cancer Center, listen. Ask your doctors, ask your nurses, what is one small thing that you can do? And to my nurses and my doctors, advise your patients one small thing they can do. It doesn't have to be big. Tell them to walk a small different, take 5 minutes. Give them a meditation thing to do. Give them something, a small things to do. My patients, ask your doctors and nurses, what is something small I can do? And follow that advice. To everyone else, my suggestion to you all this morning is relatively simple. Make a change. Find the area that you want to see different, and notice if you want, let's say you want a new career. Today, find 2 jobs that will cater to your new position that you want. Just go out, look 2 jobs, and apply for those 2 jobs. Real simple. Find something you can do. In my case, I've decided to go get back to taking walks. I haven't taken a walk, especially while it was cold. I have to start back doing my walks. I used to get in about 3 miles. Now that it's warming back up, I can get out and start doing it. Was that an excuse? It was a sad excuse, but because I have an entire gym in my house that I do not use at all. We would no longer use excuses. We would no longer use excuses. All we have to do is find something simple, something small to do that will drastically change our lives. You're listening to Coffee and Conversation with your boy J-Man on Spreaker.com.
Girl, put your records on.
You're listening to not Life After the Collar, Coffee and Conversation with your boy J-Man on Spreaker.com. Y'all make sure y'all checking me out on, make sure you check me out on lifeafterthecollar.com. Make sure you check me out on lifeafterthecollar.com, where you can find all of my podcasts, Life After the Collar, Coffee and Conversation, and Daddy Read to Me. You will also find articles and things like that concerning me, about me, that was written on me, that if you want more information about who I am, that is a great resource to do that if you like. And again, all of my podcasts can be found on lifeafterthecollar.com. The crust or the importance of this conversation is basically this: by making small changes or doing small things, your entire life change. Small things make big moves. Small change makes big moves. Here's what I mean by that. In life, we want to live and have a better life. If you want to live and have a better life, do something small to change it. If you want to live and have a bigger and better life, if you want to live to have and to live a bigger and better life, make a small change. Do something small. Think about it. The lottery has had hundreds of millions of dollars given out, especially the big money. People invested $2 to win $500 million. Some even upwards to $1 billion. $2. That small investment created a bigger investment. Being in the right place at the right time has changed people's lives. You don't have to think that you're going to drop your 50, 60 pounds now. Think about dropping an ounce. Can I just lose an ounce of weight? Not even a pound. Can I just lose an ounce? Michael Jordan had one of the greatest outlooks on basketball when it came to playing basketball. He said he never went out and said that his mind wasn't set on going out making 100 points a game. He said he simply just broke the game down into quarters. I want to make these amount of points in this quarter. I'm not worried about the entire. He said he wasn't worried about the entire game. He was worried about the quarter that he was in. Sometimes we have to slow down and just concentrate on the quarter that we're in, the inning that we're in, the moment that we're in. One of my favorite sayings is that tomorrow is going to take care of itself. Tomorrow is going to take care of itself. But guess what? Tomorrow would never get here. The reason why tomorrow would never get here is because when what we call tomorrow turns into today, we will always be looking for tomorrow. So stop looking for tomorrow and look at today. What's in front of you today, right now? At this very moment, what's in front of you? If we learn to enjoy what's in front of us right now, I don't care what it is, I don't care where you are, what you're doing right now, find something to enjoy about it right now. Because it's easy to allow the negative thing that is in front of us to suck us in. But instead of allowing that negative thing, that unpleasant feeling, or whatever the case may be, instead of allowing that to bring us down, find something about it. Find a way. Let me put it this way. Find a way to make it better. I often talk about financial. It's not that I'm not still dealing with financial issues. I've learned how to live with it. Not to say that I'm minimizing or I'm satisfied, but if I ever get in a place where I am financially struggling, I find a way to enjoy it. I remember this one particular time I really, really wanted to go out and eat, and I had absolutely no money. But then I thought about growing up with my grandparents. And I thought about how good my grandmother was in creating something out of nothing. And so what I did was I went and got me some bologna. And I made my grandmother's bologna sandwich the way she used to make it for us. I sat on the couch with some chips and a bologna sandwich, and I think I probably had Kool-Aid. And I smiled because I remember being with my grandmother and my grandfather, and that being a child again. And I remember growing up, I didn't know we was poor. Did we have everything? Of course, we nowhere near had anything. I thought it was normal. But I was always happy. And just by doing that simple thing, making a bologna sandwich, eating some chips, and drinking some Kool-Aid, made my entire day better. We have to get to a place. We have to get to a place that wherever we find ourselves at this moment, and I pray that y'all, those that are in listening, distant to my ear, my voice, I want us to review where we are. Just take a gander at whatever situation you are in right now at this very particular time. I don't care where you are, what you're doing. I don't care how good it feels or how bad it feels. Take inventory of what's going on right now. And whatever it is, make a change. Make a tiny change. Even if that change is simply put a smile on your face. You may not want to. You may not feel like it. But whatever position or disposition you're in right now, make a small change. I don't care if it's sitting up in your chair different. I don't care if it's adjusting your arms. I don't care if it's just simply putting a smile on your face. I don't care if it's just stretching your arms. Whatever it is, make a small change right now. And by making that small change right now, you have adjusted the rest of your day. You have redefined the rest of your day because you made a conscious decision to do something small to adjust your moment. I love smiling. That's one of my things to do. I absolutely love smiling. It's one of my noticeable traits. Even when I went back to high school reunion, they had no idea who I was. I had put on a little weight, and all of my hair was gone. And they told me, they said, you know what? We were sitting over there trying to figure out who you were, but it wasn't until you smiled that figured out who you were. Today, for those that don't have anything to do, any small way to change, my advice would be this: simply smile. You don't want to smile? Just do it. don't do it for me. Don't do it for the people around you. Do it for you. Thank you all so much for listening to Coffee and Conversation this morning. I'm going to leave you with one of my favorite songs. It's a cover song by Alan Stone and Teddy Swims, Sarah Smile. I'll see you all Thursday. It's all good. It's all gravy.
Feel you watching in the night, all alone with me, and waiting for the sun to rise. When I feel cold, you warm me. When I feel I can't go on, you come and hold me. It's you and me forever. Sarah smiles. Oh, won't you smile a while for me, Sarah? If you feel like leaving, you know you can go, but why don't you stay till tomorrow? If you wanna be free, you know, all you gotta do is say so. And when you feel cold, I warm you, and when you feel you can't go on, I'll come and hold you, 'cause it's you and me forever. Sarah smile. Won't you smile a while for me, Sarah? Sarah smile. Won't you smile a while for me, Sarah? Talk to her, Tristan. What you got to say, Dan?